So something that I've always admired in this modern day of rap music is authenticity. Now why is that? Because we live in a time where there's so many duplicated rappers, and even authentic artists have artists who bite their sound. So it's all love to the artists who just stay in their own lane, have their own core fan base. We talk about that a lot on this channel, because not following along with the trends and just dropping what you want to, yet the media still praises your work, that's something that takes years to establish. And you guys see the title. Today we're talking about Tyler the Creator, one of the most raw and organic rappers in the industry. Not a lot of artists could be unapologetically themselves like Tyler the Creator can. And because his personal appeal and top tier music, Tyler is one of the few artists who simply can't fall off. He's not worried about selling low numbers. He's not worried about his shows not selling. He's completely established. Now, how does one get to the level where you can't fall off? And what steps did Tyler take, or what credentials does he have that has helped his run continue throughout the past decade? Now, if you're new here, we've covered before the 4 key elements to building a core fan base. And after running Tyler's career through those 4 keys, it's become very clear to me how he's obtained such a superstar status. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first key to longevity in a core fan base, if you guys remember, is talent. Now with this category, do I even gotta say anything? Because we know Tyler's talent is off the scale. Since his first project, his talent is undeniable. Going back and listening to all Tyler's work, trying to depict who he sounds like, it's so interesting. He truly is himself, but he has inspiration from all the greats before him. You can hear that DMX, you can hear an Eminem influence, Pharrell, Kanye. But what I also love about Tyler is his ability to just have them out of pocket ass, just what did he just say type bars. And I noticed that a lot on his first tape. And with the help of Earl Sweatshirt and the rest of OF, Tyler had brought something to the rap game that we really needed, to be honest. Different than gangster rap, Tyler was giving us much more of that like skater growing up in LA vibe. And that came with the substance and sound, plus Tyler's insanely weird brain that has blessed him throughout his career. Man, his music was something that we just could not get from anybody else. His first tape that shows up on Apple Music was Goblin. I know he's released stuff before that, but just talking about that tape, he really sounds like nobody, and we know the talent's there, so let's check talent off the board, and this brings us right into the next one. We know nobody sounds like him. As a rapper, that's one of the most difficult things to do, and that's why the next key is authenticity. And I mean in the music, because personality is a whole different conversation. But let's talk about authenticity in the music, because while talent is very important, you need to stand out. There's a million upcoming rappers right now. Somebody commented something very wise on one of my last videos, so I gotta shout bro out. He says something in the lines of, as an artist, nobody is forced to listen to your music. There has to be something that sticks out or just stands out and differentiates you from the millions of other rappers trying to make it. And a key thing he mentioned was applying to a certain niche of people. Even if you look at the top rappers today, they all have substance in their music that differentiates them from the rest of the rappers. That's how underground rappers get known. They do something that stands out. Perfect example is Yeet. And like I said earlier, Tyler's music is truly one of a kind. Vocals, the reverb he does, when he makes it deeper and higher, both sound amazing. The layering, production since 2010 has been outstanding, and he's really been in his own lane for a decade. I have nothing bad to say about Tyler when it comes to building a fan base for who he truly is. A lot of artists can attempt to make you understand them through the music, but it only clicks with certain people, and with Tyler, it clicks. Now, authenticity in music is one thing, but authenticity as a person is a whole nother key. And we're gonna call it personality. That's the next key in this video. And just as much as he passes authenticity in music, he 100% has the personality to go along with it. At the end of the day, rapping is a business, and as much as music can be marketable, so can the image of an artist. We've seen his interviews, he's never afraid to speak his mind, his outfits, his demeanor. He's never been afraid to be himself or get judged by people outside of him. Look at mainstream rappers that the youth idolizes. Playboi Carti, Lil Uzi, King Von, Young Thug. These dudes are real personalities. So much about them outside the music, we have so many questions about. But that's because they're different. And Tyler, he's been different way before these rappers even came out. Since Tyler came out in 2010. The personality he gives off just through his music, and then to see clips of him and fan interaction where he truly is that guy, I don't see how people couldn't love this man. He's just raw. And this isn't to discredit him at all, but I think he knows that too. He's been saying since he came out he wants a Grammy, and he knows what it takes to build a name in Hollywood and what it takes to build a name in the industry. And how you do it is by standing out in your music and as a persona. I mean, look at Prince, look at the Beatles, Elvis. If you want to be a great and have real longevity, you gotta stand out. During the whole Earthquake run when he had the blonde wig on, that was all just a little subconscious, like, oh yeah, that's Tyler. When we see that blonde wig, nobody else would do that, that's Tyler, if you get what I'm saying. Now, literally clearing all three so far, it just seems so clear why he's so popular. Now, artists don't need all of these to stay relevant. If you're like a raw wave, all you need is the first one is talent. But with Tyler, he's just an example of somebody who really got 100 on the test. Now, the last category is very interesting. But once again, Tyler clears it without a question. Now, what is that? Consistency and evolution. And you need both of them for your longevity to stick. What I mean by that is you could stay consistent but still fall off because you're not making what people want to hear. But if you're able to stay consistent and evolve with the music, then you're him. And with that said, Tyler's career has definitely had that effect. Although his music's always been so similar, I noticed in his 2017 project, he started transitioning into more modern times. He had that little high-pitched voice starting to go a little more crazy. His production became a little faster, and that Eminem DMX flow kind of turned more into that Kanye Pharrell plus modern day style. And by his tape with Earthquake on it, his sound was still pure OG Tyler, but it just had such a modernized sound to it. A lot of the songs on that project are still viral on TikTok to this day, which means it's still running streams up. And since then, he's had one more project, the one with the Youngboy feature, and it's just a great sound. Tyler doesn't have to drop every single year. Consistent is dropping every 2.5 years, but having an amazing tape. It doesn't matter if you drop every single year, but the tape's been mid one year, and then it was aight that year. If you drop every 2 years and it's an amazing tape, you're good. Look at Travis Scott, that's basically the method he's been doing. But yeah, it's clear, running Tyler through the 4 key elements to really build a core fan base and stay relevant in rap for a long period of time, man, he killed it. Each category he passed with ease. Tyler's a perfect example of a rapper who really played almost every card right. Relationships, music, personality, he has it all. He's 32, but I mean, he still acts so young. I could see him just continuously dropping projects every 2 years for another like 10 years, honestly. His fans don't get sick of him, and his music's really timeless. And it's become pretty clear to me why Tyler can't fall off. Now, what other rappers do you think can't fall off? Or what other rappers do you want to see reign through those 4 key elements? You guys comment down below, but it's been your boy 10 Toes, and I'll catch you boys in the next one, man. Peace.